Today I want to show you some simple but and super effective ab/core strengthening exercise. The important thing to remember is that your abs are there to protect your spine. Its function is to stabilize your spine and keep it from moving excessively. So actually doing things like sit-ups and side bends and all these weird sort of twisting motion is actually not good. It's not good for your spine. The spine likes to stay in straight. It likes to stay in a stabilized midline position. So one great ab strengthening exercise is the plank. So I'm just going to show you. When you're doing a plank, keep in mind you want to brace your stomach, squeeze the butt, slightly tuck your tailbone in, and hold this position. Okay. Again, you want to try and make sure that your spine is in neutral position. So you can do the plank on your hands or the elbows. Probably the most common is the elbow. So place the elbow underneath your shoulder, tuck your chin in, and squeeze the butt, slightly tuck the hip in, and hold this position. Doesn't seem that hard, but after a while, it definitely gets challenging. One way to progress the plank is to actually move your hand and your elbow up forward, because what that does is that actually forces your back to want to actually arch, and that's going to force your abs to work harder to make sure it doesn't do so, right? So, regular plank, bring my arm out further and hold that position. Much harder. And again, you don't want to do this. You don't want that back to arch. You want to keep it in neutral position. Another good ab strengthening exercise is the band-resisted squat stance. Okay, you're going to need a band for this, some type of band, and you can hook this the resistant band onto a doorknob, or if you have a workout partner, or in this case, I have my wife is going to hold it for me. You can have the other person hold it. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. My wife's going to hold one end of the band, and I'm going to hold the other. And I'm going to have her go to the side. What you want to do is you want to get into a semi-squat stance, right? Abs tight, butt tight. I want you to bring your arms out front, straight, lock your elbow out. And then I'm going to have Susan step back slightly to get some tension on there. And the idea is to hold this position, elbows locked, abs tight. Because naturally, it's going to want to pull you back. And the idea is that, remember, your abs function to try and keep the midline of your spine. So you want the more tension that there is on the band, the more your abs are going to have to work to try and stay in that position, right? So I'm going to have you move back just slightly. Good. And you can hold this position, right? Just like this. Now, you can make this even harder, actually, by turning against the resistance. Now, when you turn and twist, the idea is not to use the spine. You want to make sure that you turn and twist from your hips. So you're still keeping the neutral position of your spine. So it's going to look like this, right? Elbows locked out. I'm going to turn. See, I'm turning from my hip. Everything else stays in line, and I'll come back again. Again, keeping your abs braced tight. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to turn from my hips and back. A great, great ab functional exercise. So go ahead, try it out, and you're going to feel the difference right away.